All those good joints, Kev from Kevin's Corner, where I try to make sense out of nonsense. And I'm going to give people a few minutes to log on because, of course, you'll get no pre notification that I'm about to go live, unfortunately, like the good old days. So now you just got to be ready at 7. There you go. So I'm 5 minutes early. And I'm doing that so you guys can get logged in so we can get going here. Oh, there's one person in the chat, and it's me. It's me. I'm in the chat. So hats off to myself. All right. So today is Friday. I hope you all had a wonderful week as I just talk and kill some time. I see 3 people is on. Any plans this weekend? Huh? That's what I want to know. Yeah. Anybody out there going to do some wild, crazy daredevil stuff? Bungee jumping, rock climbing, paragliding. Anything crazy? Anything crazy? Yeah, that sounds like me back in my day. I was fearless. You notice as you get a little older, you become acutely aware of death. You be sitting there like, that concrete looks pretty hard. I think we should slow down on this moped. There you go. Out there riding a real moped with the pedals. I think we should slow down a little bit. Back in the day, I'm like, I'm about to pop a wheelie, baby, with this moped. I'm about to jump this gorge. I can do it. You get older, you be like, I don't know. We better put on a jacket. It looks a little cold out. I wouldn't want to catch pneumonia, the death in pneumonia. Yeah, things change when you get a little older. When you're a kid, you're like, I'm going to live forever. I don't need a coat. What are you talking about? Gloves and mittens and stuff. Forget that mess. Yeah, man. I mean, we were so adventurous. I mean, we would jump off of buildings, off of roofs. Now, not to the level where they're doing it now, with these crazy folks that's running through the city and you see them jumping in off of buildings and sliding down lampposts and stuff. I mean, I get a kick out of watching them on Instagram when they get jacked up. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. So not to that level, but it was great. I mean, we were pretty active and pretty adventurous. Yeah, you get a little older and you're like, all right, now that looks dangerous. Yeah, you start to recognize danger and the limitations of life. That's what you start to recognize. But didn't stop us from having fun. We did all kind of stuff like we built clubhouses. Did y'all build clubhouses? Anybody build a clubhouse? Because see, we didn't have cell phones and stuff. We didn't have cell phones. Yeah, we didn't have that stuff. If a girl said she was going to call me, I don't care what I was doing. I was outside playing, and you got to stop and ask somebody, yeah. Excuse me, Mrs. Anderson, what time is it? It's 6:15? She's calling at 6:30, guys. I got to go. Man, dude, we're in the middle of the game. I'm sorry, man. I got to go. She's cute. Run home. And sure enough, you go in that door, and your mama or somebody on the phone. Just jaw jacket. Yeah, girl. So anyway, the other day I was at the grocery store. You're like, Mom, I'm gonna get a call at 6 because there was no call waiting. There was no call waiting. Yeah, you sitting there begging your mom to get off the phone. Boy, I ain't worried about you and some nappy headed little girl. Anyway, girl, he up here bugging me about getting off the phone. Go ahead. What was you saying, Becky? And you sitting there furious, knowing you're gonna miss the call. Boy, I tell you. And then they dropped that call waiting on us. Woo wee. We thought we had arrived. Yeah, man. So let me get this straight. You can be on the phone and get another call while you on the phone. That's amazing. It was great. It was great. So I wish those days could come back again, man. Yeah. Now they're like, "What's a rotary phone?" I don't understand what that thing does. It's ridiculous. These kids these days. Somebody said party line. Oh, and then remember the three-way? Three-way calling came out. Woo wee. People was getting in trouble with that one. Yeah, man. The setup. I think I might have got set up once or twice too. Hey, did you go over so-and-so's house? Nah, man, I ain't go over that chick's house. You lied. You did come over my house. Oh, shoot. You gonna put her on the phone? Hang up real quick. People was getting set up with that three-way calling, man. Woo, that was good stuff. Oh, boy, memories. And we even balanced like the video games and stuff. We would play our little Atari and our ColecoVision and the television, all stuff. And then we go outside. And play. And I would have never thought that right now we'd be living during a time where kids don't go outside. It's like they're extinct. I'm telling you, I see them, I'd be like, is that a kid? Is that a kid outside playing? What the crap? Get the phone. Somebody take a picture of this. It's unbelievable, man. Hey, you wonder why they're obese. I wish I would have a fat kid. But like, what are you doing fat? What are you talking? You put that or talk that game down, put the phone down, go outside. Give me a push up. Anyway, enough of me reminiscing about the good old days. Giving some people time to log in. I hope your week is going well, and I hope you have a great weekend. Don't forget to hit the like button, share my videos, follow me on all the other social media platforms. Okay, let me go ahead and get loose so I can get busy because time's a wasting, man. Time's a wasting. Mm-hmm. Gotta wet the whistle. You know how this. Is the volume on? Okay, wait. Oh, yeah. Like real gorilla, real gorilla, real gorilla. There's some kings in the building. Gorillas in here, gorillas in here, gorillas in here, gorillas in here. Now I did see somebody just type in there Gizmo, cameo of Gizmo. Telling I can't even pick him up. You know, I mean, I pick him up gently and take him downstairs, let him go outside, use the bathroom. He's pretty cranky right about now. He don't want to be touched. So I'm assuming that disc in his back, he slips a disc every once in a while. And takes a couple days for it to go ahead, the swelling to go down. If he's not a little bit better by tomorrow, I'm gonna take him to the vet. But he don't like to be picked up. Nala can't get close to him. She get close to him and he's like, I kill you, I swear to God, I kill you. Yeah, he's furious. So I'm just letting him rest and see how that goes. But yeah, if I have to, you know, I'm gonna take him to the dog clinic and patch him up and stuff like that. Now, don't forget, I do have a corner store. If this is your first time checking out the channel, I do have a corner store. You can check out some merch with Gizmo on it. With Gizmo, he has some merch in there. How do you get some merch in my store? So anyway, yeah, you're always asking about him. Y'all might as well go and buy a shirt with him on it. And the number you can see on this screen is 330-974-4607. And that is a number you can text MAGA to, just in case they unexist me on this here platform. I was listening to a commentator today, and he was talking about how he's on the list too. They unsubscribe people and all of this stuff. They call it I forget the term that he used. And I said, you know what? I'm going to ask them, hey, am I on this list? It's called a borderline content. There it is. And people like Don Lemon, who we're going to be talking about opening up tonight, I guess, what the heck? It get a little warm outside, and now flies and stuff come back. And I'm going, whoa, man, y'all supposed to be asleep or dead. Don't y'all go up when the winter come? But anyway, so Don Lemon and people like that, they're on what is called the corporate algorithm. So I guess they put them up there and boost them because I guess they try to say that, you know, they're legit. Are you kidding me? So I want to know if I'm on the borderline content list or the corporate algorithm. See, that's what I want to know. And I know where I'm at. Yeah, I'm just going to do it to mess with them, you know, drive them nuts. So anyway, it is what it is. But please subscribe and make sure you turn your notification button on to all, just in case you might just get a notification. Who knows? And then finally, if you want to support the channel other ways, you can donate to my channel through my Cash App and my PayPal. Now, speaking of Don Lemon, yeah, let's open up with him because I saw a video and it cracked me up. Got lemons? You might as well make juice. And somebody made some juice of Don Lemon. Now, Don Lemon is out of a job because he's a stupid, dumb, woke liberal who turned down millions of dollars with Elon Musk because he wanted a gotcha moment. There it is. Yeah, see, Don Lemon, you know, I think he thought he had the juice, that he can get in there, disrespect his boss, and, you know, and then gonna, you know, have a job. And so he got the boot. Now he's reduced to going around, you know, doing street magic. All right, there, pick this peanut under the shell. There you go. Yeah, he's hustling on the streets now, going up to, excuse me, I'm Don Lemon. Who? Don Lemon. Never heard of you. Okay, well, never mind. Look, I got a question. So Don Lemon is reduced to going out and trying to catch people on the street and trying to ask some questions. Now, I do have to recognize somebody that said, yo, Kev, Manchester, England in the house. Hello. There you go. I don't know if that was a correct accent or not, but that's the best you're going to get. But welcome to the show, all the way from England, across the pond. So Don Lemon is out there hustling on the street, and he ran across a brother, y'all. And he tried to push some propaganda. Now, I don't know what's in it for Don Lemon right about now. I mean, even Chris Cuomo, Fredo Cuomo, he's in the middle. He don't feel like he's obligated to have to prostitute himself for the left anymore. So he goes off script. He kind of does what he wants right about now. But Don Lemon, in his mind, I guess he thinks he's still being, celebrated or accommodated or paid, by the radical leftists to push their narratives. So he's out there trying to push this narrative. The Elon and Musk and Trump has got a little beef going, and that Elon now is, the boss. So he's out there still pushing it. Now we know he's pushing the Democrats' talking points because they're all saying it. But see, the people who are on the network saying it, they're still getting paid. They're under contract of being pimped out. See, it's in the contract, right? That we reserve the right to pimp you out, Joy Reid, and make you say stuff that, So they're all parroting it. I guess President Musk. But Don Lemon's on the streets. And he tried to parrot this mess to a brother. And it backfired. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I'm hoping I run across Don Lemon on the street. I will give him a soundbite for the ages. I'll be like, come on, over here. Come here. You want to ask me something, Don? Come on. So let's see what happened with Don Lemon on the streets.
Who is the real president-elect, do you think?
Donald Trump, I believe.
Democratic lawmakers in Washington are calling Elon Musk President Musk now, and they're saying Donald Trump is the vice president or the head of communications.
What?
Democrats on the Hill are saying Elon Musk is the president and Donald Trump is. Now, you already know what he's doing. He's trying to spread this narrative that Trump is not in charge anymore for some reason. This dictator who they called Hitler, for all of these years, has surrendered all of his authoritative, power and might to Elon Musk. That quick, just rolled over. He just rolled over that quick. So Don Lemon is out there trying to spread this narrative. And this guy's like, what? Who's saying this? And this is how you know their goal is to spread the narrative, because nobody would be saying this or knowing this if they weren't pushing it. That's the whole goal. Democrats basically said, hey, look, we need to drive a wedge between Elon and Trump. Too powerful. Too much of a great dynamic duel right there. So let's send out an alert to all of our, minions to spread this narrative. So he said Democrats on the Hill are saying this stuff. And this guy's like, what?
What? Wait a second. No one said that.
Really? Have you not watched and paid attention to
Absolutely not. I'm paying attention to what I'm doing during my day so I can try and get a better life and get ahead.
Okay. Yeah, see, so Don Lemon right now is getting paid for nothing. I mean, he's doing this work for nothing, brother. Yeah, that guy's like, nobody's saying that. And he's like, you don't pay attention to the news? He's like, no, most people are out there doing whatever they do. So the news got to go out and bring it to them. See, they got to project this stuff. That's why they're mad, because of all the alternative news and stuff. Used to be everybody just get up in the morning for breakfast, turn on the fake news before you eat. You might be at work listening to the fake news. Yeah, people were going to get their fake news. But now the fake news is like, how do we reach them? We got to get out there. They're not listening anymore. So Don Lemon's job, for some reason now, is to spread this narrative. So this guy's like, man, ain't nobody saying this. He's right. See, these people are saying that everybody's saying it. You haven't heard about it. And Don Lemon goes into propaganda mode.
Do you have your phone with you?
I do.
Why don't you Google right now?
Yes, tell me.
President Musk and see what comes up.
No. But that's already a loaded question, you realize.
Give me the sources.
Axios, Business Insider.
Oh.
We don't trust any of these. The common man doesn't trust any of this. ABC News, Washington Post, New York Times.
Okay. The Don Lemon don't realize. He's thinking he's getting this dude. Oh, keep going. Like, listen to all of these networks and these news stations and all these newspapers and sites and stuff. Look, they're all saying it. But what he doesn't realize is that we all know that every one of those are fake news. Don thinks the gig is not up. Yeah, it's up, man. We all know that they're all on one channel. See, we all know that that's the goal. The new message is that Elon Musk is the president. Spread the word. So Don Lemon thinks that he's proving to this guy that everybody's saying it by highlighting and referencing all of these networks that this dude is going, we don't believe him anyway. See, that's what the Democrats and these fake news people don't realize. When they trot out their sources, they don't realize we don't believe their sources. When you bring a Liz Cheney out there talking about that you should listen to her, Mitt Romney, Mike Pence, you bring any of those, Nikki Haley, you're not doing yourself any favors. People say, we don't believe them anyway. Go ahead, throw that Christopher Wray. When you start quoting people like Donald Trump's former AG, Bill Barr, we're going, who? Man, so you're only making me feel like my position is right. So Don Lemon is thinking he's getting this dude, but he's not dealing with the average bubblehead. This dude's like, man, we don't believe him anyway. So Don Lemon think he's getting him, y'all. Watch this.
Keep going. The Atlantic. Oh, I don't trust any of these. I don't trust any of them.
Okay. The Don think he's getting it. Oh, snap. No. That dude's like, man, I don't trust any of these. And of course, we definitely don't trust Don Lemon. He has a record of prostitution, spreading all kind of dis and misinformation. So this guy hit him with I don't care if you quote 1 million liberal propaganda, sources. We don't listen to them anymore. And this is why they hate Elon Musk. This is why they hate all of these outlets where we're able to vocalize our voice. When Elon Musk said, you guys are the news now, and they're like, I can't believe he said that. I can't believe this. They're mad because of people like this guy. He can't trick this dude. He's hip to it. So all of his references to try to manipulate this guy to say, oh, you just ain't, you ain't hip to it. Everybody's saying it. He's going, I don't believe any one of those networks or sources you just quoted.
I don't trust any of these. We're the common man. We don't trust any of these. No one trusts the government. No one trusts the common news. We don't trust any of that anymore. Independent news, we are the ones that own the news now. People trust me.
Bang! There it is. We don't trust them, especially under the Biden administration. I wish the government would come out. The other day, remember that, y'all? These drones are mostly airplanes. They're not dangerous. We don't think. Their people are seeing them, but that's not what it is. It's they're helicopters or something like that. All of that. We don't trust them. I mean, we just saw Mucus on my show the other night come out and lie about the border, lie about his choices, all of these things. We don't trust if it's coming out of the Biden administration or the Democrats that are in charge. I don't believe it. I mean, remember, these are the same people who swore up and down Joe Biden was great until he got exposed. These are the same people, see? And so now this dude hit Don Lemon with a dose of reality. We don't trust y'all anymore. Yeah, I right now am the news. People trust me because I'm invested. So
I don't trust MSNBC because I care and I'm actually one of them.
I can't disagree with you.
Okay,
Because
well then.
I get a lot of people coming to me saying, I only watch, I don't watch.
Checkmate. So take his king, baby. And right now, Don, just tip the king over. Tip the king over. There it is. Checkmate. He had to go ahead and tap out. I agree. Yeah, absolutely, you agree. See, because if it worked, y'all would have won. I mean, do you understand all of the effort that these people put in to try to sabotage Trump? So if it was working, they would have won. But it's obvious people see through their crap. So with that being said, somebody said Kevin News Network. That's right. I want to be put on that list now so that they can start recommending my videos. Because Don Lemon's the liar, not me. So let's get into this, y'all. Another sanctuary city falls. There it is, guys. They all start off talking reckless, man. I wish Trump and the hammer would come up to this city. We'll show them the heart of this city right here. All the people stand behind us as we oppose the deportation of our citizens and brothers and sisters and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and recap before we expose this new governor that had to go ahead and start tapping out. Oh, I love to see him tap out.
Most importantly, if you have an extra room or suite in your home, please consider hosting a family.
What?
Safe housing and shelter is our most pressing need.
Okay.
Become a sponsor family. You can contact the Brazilian Worker Center for more information on how you can step up if you're willing to have an additional family be part of your family.
Now, do you hear this fool? Out there asking people to open up their doors. Now, you got some dumb liberals that'll do it. But I'm going to tell you right now, I don't want to wake up on fire. I don't want to wake up with a knife to my throat. I mean, you got to be something special to say, what do you think, hon? Let's do our part and show them that we're not, xenophobic. Yeah, we'll take a whole family. You got to be absolutely crazy. But this is where they were months ago. See, this is during the time they was hoping, that Biden was going to drop them some money if they could just get over the hump after this election. Then can you give us some more resources? Because we're running a little tight on resources, Biden. See, and that's, of course, what got Mayor Peanut / Coconut in trouble. Yeah, he jumped the shark a little too early. Like, yo, man, y'all better help us. Y'all about to ruin the whole city. Hush up, boy. But these people, they went the other route. They wanted to outsource the housing and stuff to the people.
If you're a local official, a college president, a business owner, or a faith leader with an available...
Where is this? This is in Massachusetts. Yeah, I think this is Massachusetts. So, yeah, Boston, all out there. So, yeah, this is the governor of Massachusetts. There we go.
Building or space in your community, please work with us to offer it as a shelter site. If you're a social service provider, please consider becoming an emergency assistance homeless shelter provider. Our resources are stretched thin there as well.
Wow. So, this is what they do in liberal cities. Straight up asking everybody to, it's a family affair. Things like that. Everybody jump in, participate. Are you kidding me? So they ran out of resources. They ran out of housing. They ran out of all this stuff. And instead of saying, all right, citizens of my state, we're tapped with resources. Maybe we should send these people back. What did they do? Y'all got to help us. Help us go ahead and disenfranchise your votes and also tap your tax dollars.
And if you're a hotel or a motel owner, consider opening it up for emergency assistance. If you're a landlord or a property owner, we can use you too and connect you with service providers to help transition families into permanent housing.
There you go. Lower all kind of pricing and stuff like that in the area. Devalue all of the property and stuff like that because, you get a stipend from the government. See, there it is. We learned that these sanctuary cities have been using federal funds to, house these people. They've been using federal funds to jail these people. Now, think about this. You're using federal funds to keep illegal immigrants in prisons when you could simply turn them over to ICE. You'd rather allow these people to stay in the country off of tax dollars instead of just saying, just get them out of here. Just get them out of here, see? So now let's see. Here she is, the governor of Massachusetts. And she's up here telling everybody about what she gonna do if Trump and the hammer come talking about some we deporting they precious illegals.
If the Trump administration requests it, would the Massachusetts State Police assist in mass deportations?
No, absolutely not. But, let me say this. I do think it's important that we all recognize that there's going to be a lot of pressure on states and state officials. And I can assure you, we're going to work really hard to deliver. Some realities also need to be, noted. And that is in 2016, we had a very different situation in the courts. And while I'm sure there may be litigation ahead, there's a lot of other ways that people are going to act and need to act for the sake of their states and their residents. There's regulatory authority and executive powers and the like. There's legislation also within our states. So
yeah, resistance. Yeah, right there. She's a part of the resistance. The absolutely not. I'd be darned. But yeah, you know what? We got some things lined up that we're definitely going to make sure that Trump has the hardest time ever getting these people out of here. But she can't stop what's coming. Nobody can stop the hammer. So let's continue because, see, she's going to get a change of heart.
So I think that the key here is that, every tool in the toolbox has got to be used to protect our citizens, to protect our...
Who? Protect who? See, that's where you're going wrong right there. Yeah, misclassification. Protect who? Hey, these Democrats are delusional. And they're always lumping everybody together when it benefits them. But then when it doesn't, they separate us. Blacks, whites, gays, trans, all that stuff. But now all of a sudden, everybody's a citizen. Everybody. There you go. So protect our citizens.
Our residents. and protect our states, and certainly to hold the line on democracy and the rule of law as a basic.
As they break the rule of law, as they didn't take no vote for the country to say, all right, we believe that we should just have open borders and sanctuary cities. They're just doing what they want to do. Full-blown rogue cities, rogue counties, rogue states. And she's talking about to protect the rule of law and our democracy. They don't even ask the majority of the people in their cities or states to vote on it. You just find out that, I guess the board just voted that we're now sanctuary city, I guess. Can we all get a say in that? No. Shut your mouths. So here she is talking about protecting the rule of law and all of this stuff. But I don't think it went the way she thought it was going to go with this election.
Principle, right?
A few moments later.
Massachusetts Democratic Governor Maura Healey is making it clear that her state is not a sanctuary state for migrants.
What? Good googly moo. Did she just change her mind? Now, maybe she see the writing on the wall. Maybe she see the hammer on the way. So she just said, we ain't no sanctuary city. Well, let's hear why she's saying that.
Even though 8 Massachusetts cities, including Boston and Cambridge, have declared sanctuary status. Sanctuary policies are designed to limit cooperation with federal immigration enforcement.
Now look at that. That's probably why. See, you can't tell me that regular citizens in these cities and states, with the exception of the dummies, are going to look at these situations and say, that's good, I support that. We're all got to do our share. I think this right here is sustainable. I think it's sustainable. They know they cannot allow this to keep happening to where their citizens aren't going to just start saying, all right, that's too much, man. All right, they're starting to filter over into our neighborhoods, our schools, taking up our resources. So they downplay it and just want, focus on racism and Trump and all this stuff. And these are racists and stuff like that. But look at all these people. They got to eat. They need some place to stay. They didn't come and they're eating air and bugs and stuff. They're coming because they got resources given to them by the taxpayers. So now she's trying to change it up. Could it be that she knows that some of that money they've been using ain't going to be given to them to protect their sanctuary city status in these people?
With their primary goal to protect undocumented immigrants from being detained or deported by federal authorities.
Wow.
To make a difference, we're seeing the number of migrant families coming into Massachusetts go way down. That's good because.
Wait a minute. Why do you want that? Why do you want that, lady? You're sanctuary city. You're sanctuary. All these sanctuary cities in there. If these are your cities, you should want more. You should want more. See, isn't it odd that they all claim that we're sanctuary city, we're welcoming, we want to send us your weak, your brokenhearted, your whatever, until it gets out of control and until they start looking at, wait a minute, the tides are changing. People don't like this mess. Oh, wait a minute, I got an election coming up. Oh, wait a minute, this could cost me. Oh, wait a minute, the people are starting to turn on me. Oh, wait a minute, we're getting exposed. Oh, wait a minute, crime is starting to happen. And I don't want to be like Hochul. I don't want to end up like her. All of these sanctuary city governors and mayors, they're all running the risk of a time bomb blowing up in their city as a result of their resistance to the hammer. Go ahead and resist and let something happen in their city or state like what just took place in New York. If I was a liberal Democrat mayor or governor after seeing that, I'd be like, man, they all got to go. I don't want nothing like that happening on my watch. And not now, especially. Because see, back in the day before the hammer and Trump got in, you know what I'm saying? You might be able to let that happen and, the Democrats and the fake news will go ahead and but see, that's over. That's over now. So now I think she sees the writing on the wall. She's starting to say, wait a minute, man. We got a new regime coming in. They're not going to be giving us no federal funds. That's over. And they might refrain from giving us funds, period. But definitely not federal funds to be going to prisoners, housing, relocation, all of that stuff. And if I sit back and protect all of these people and something happened on my watch, like what took place in New York, I'm done. Done. So let's see how she done changed her attitude.
I've also sent the message. Massachusetts, we are not a sanctuary state.
Oh, my.
If you come here, there is
Xenophobic.
not housing here.
Governor, you took heat from all sides over the situation with the migrants, the flood of migrants into the state. You took heat from the right for the cost of housing the migrants and sending them to school and so forth. Heat from the left for imposing limits on shelters.
And that'll change your mind. Yeah, can't stand it. I know she can't stand it. She can't stand the heat. If you can't stand the heat, get out the kitchen. So yeah, that heat's coming down on her. She's sitting there like, man, I'm getting it from everybody. The right, the left. Oh, shoot. And the walls are closing in. Let me go ahead and put the message out. And a lot of them are starting to change their nasty attitude about these sanctuary cities and cooperating with the hammer. Even Hochul had the nerve to come out talking about what if they're criminals, we're getting them out of here. And all that stuff. But one person hasn't. Well, two actually. And I'm waiting on the last two to break. The ones with the most stubborn, knuckleheadish, bullheadedish attitude. One is Mayor Conehead up there in Chicago, and the other one is Governor Nuisance. See, I want to see which one of these sanctuary cities are going to be the last to fall to the hammer. So let's go ahead and hear her new found doctrine on sanctuary cities.
Days. Looking back on the past year, is there anything you wish you'd done differently?
Well, it's funny. You're right. I was taking it from all sides on this, and remember, this is a federal issue. It was created by the federal government.
It's a federal issue. No. You had a choice. You right now control all of these little cities in your state. You could easily say, hey, man, all right, enough of this sanctuary city crap. Cut it out. You could do that. But they always kick it back to the state. And then, of course, the feds. And then with people like Mucus that's running, DHS, then what does he do? Kick it to Congress. Congress has to act. Nobody wants to accept any type of blame. You could have said, we're not doing the sanctuary city thing, period. So now, let's go ahead and finish hearing her misplace the blame.
It's why I advocated so hard for a bill to fix the border. President Trump has come in. He's promised to fix the border. I hope he does just that. And
wait a minute. What the shit? No white nationalism and no that Trump is xenophobic. President Trump then came in. He promised to, and I hope he do it. I hope he do it to help me maybe keep my job. Because see, when the federal funds dry up and they start using the resources from their city, and it become very evident that now we're in a hole, like Mayor Conehead up there, who's now trying to get tax levies and stuff to go ahead and supplement for these illegal immigrants. He's just hanging on, man, for no reason. I guess he's just going to go down with the ship. Let him go, man. Let them go, Cone. But he ain't going to do it. So this woman is seeing the writing on the wall. She's like, man, when those funds dry up, because I know I ain't going to get them from Trump, it's going to get real ugly. So now here she is. She's like, about the federal fund. And I hope Trump does. I hope he does solve this and shut down the border.
He's got control of both Congress and Senate now. So
talking like a MAGA person,
Mr. President.
We're not a sanctuary state. Several cities in Massachusetts have designated themselves sanctuary cities. Is it your advice that they reconsider that?
I don't really understand what that terminology means.
Oh, no, you do. You understand it. Don't be trying to pass the buck. When you say sanctuary city, you mean like church? I mean, like, when you say sanctified, set apart, like, what do you mean? Can you break it down like sanctuary? Because I don't really know what it means. We all know what it means. We've seen what it led to and leads to. We've seen all of that. Yeah, they're not turning these folks over. They're releasing them right out into the city, and next oh shoot, that dude was arrested, 8 times? Now he finally slaughtered a whole busload of orphans. Oh man, I guess we should have deported him after the 3rd or 4th time we caught him, but we couldn't turn him over to ICE. So now here she is trying to play dumb. What is a sanctuary city?
Practice, because I guess I come to this also as a former prosecutor and attorney general. I can tell you that when it comes to criminal investigations of violent crime, of drug trafficking, gun trafficking, human trafficking, today, and this has always been the case, local law enforcement, state law enforcement, working with federal law enforcement will continue to do that work.
Well, look at this revelation she's getting. Yeah. And all of a sudden she wants to be the top cop. As a former prosecutor and whatever the state. Well, wait a minute. I thought that you weren't going to work with the hammer. I thought, nah, man, ain't no way we're gonna let y'all come in here and mess with our citizens, our precious citizens and stuff like that. We ain't gonna let that happen. So it looks like lady in the pantsuit right here is starting to readjust her attitude. Okay. And this is what needs to happen across the country. These dumb behind governors and mayors, they're playing with American citizens' money and lives. Money and lives. I hope Big Bucky Tooth Hochul step down because that right there could have been avoided. So let's continue watching her throw all of her precious illegal immigrants under the bus.
So I'm not quite sure what sanctuary actually means
In August 2023, Governor Healy declared a state of emergency over the influx of migrants into her state, calling on the Biden administration to help provide funding and work releases for arriving migrant families.
And he said, hush up, girl. I got an election to win. Can't give you any cheese right now. Hold the fort. So apparently they weren't getting no cheese just like the rest of these sanctuary cities because it was an election year. It's an election year and stuff like that. So yeah, they were running out of resources. Now I feel really, really bad for these people. Now check this out. Those people look like they're from Africa, Haiti, somewhere like that. You know, and when people start talking about it's just because these people are people of color. No, if you got some common sense as an American, you can't allow color or race to, distort your common sense. You can't do it, man. I mean, this is no time to go ahead and say, well, you know what? I'm going to see race and I'm going to give an exception to the rule. Man, I say it all the time. Even though I love black folks, you can't come here illegally. You can't do it. I don't care if they were all brothers. I would be like, y'all got to go back home. Go sign some paper, fill out some stuff, try to come the right way. See, so when they try to get folks to jump on board with their crusade based on race, nationality, and all of that stuff, if you're a smart American, you start off with Americans first, okay? Right now, it's not a race thing. I'm colorblind. It's about America. I'm an American. They're not. I don't care if they, are my color, my complexion, my race, whatever. They're not coming here legally. Okay, you don't make exceptions based on race in almost any other application. Somebody breaking your car, it's just because they're black and you black. Do you say, never mind, brother? Hey, I'll get you, man. You gotta eat, baby. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, man. Hey, look, man. My fault for interrupting you, man, while you stealing my car, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta roll too. I'm pretty sure you stealing it for work or something, right, bro? Right? Do you think that's how things work? You don't make exceptions. You don't sit back like, oh, just because they're black, I'm going to excuse the fact that he punched me in the face. You don't do that. So same thing here. I feel bad for these people because they fell for the okie doke. And now there they are eating egg sandwiches and stuff like that. But they got to go home.
As the state's shelter capacity became unsustainable. Immigration was a top issue for voters in November's election, and President-elect Donald Trump vowed to carry out the largest deportation of undocumented immigrants in U.S. history.
Yes, indeed. So, yeah, they said they love illegal immigrants, and then it became unsustainable. You want it? Well, you got it. Gave them to y'all. There you go. What you mean you ran out of room? I thought room was endless. I thought it was limitless. Remember? See, that's the way Democrats view American citizens and their tax dollars. They think money's limitless. And there you go. We'll just keep taking money from the people until they get furious like they did and vote us out. And we go, oh, shoot, this is a problem now. They got hit to it. We can no longer finance our project to replace the voters with Americans' money, while putting them in danger at the same time and giving them a healthy dose of fentanyl as well. Let's continue.
Quickly after Trump's re-election, Healy said state and local law enforcement would absolutely not cooperate with the feds.
That's what she said.
Her comments changed this week when she stated violent criminals should be deported.
Oh, after she seen what took place up there in New York? Yeah, that'll change your attitude. You're like, whoa. Hochul taking some heat. Man, I hope we ain't got one of them crazy ones in our city or in our state. But we can't tell. We can't tell because guess what? We didn't vet them. Yeah. See? Yeah. Trump ends up being right about almost everything. They're not sending us their best. They're sending us their blanks and blanks and blanks and blanks. They're releasing folks with mental issues. I mean, you got to be something specially dumb to sit back and think that if you have an open door policy to your country, then neighboring countries won't use that as a method of getting rid of all of the riffraff. I know I would. I mean, if I was a country down there that was riddled with criminals and violence and insane people, I'd be like, man, send them to America. I would do like England did with Australia. Send all of our criminals and crooks and stuff to Australia. Get them out of here. Get them out of here. See ya. Yeah, you guys make your own community. So that's what's happening. They sent them all, a lot of them here. And now you got walking time bombs everywhere. If you're a Democrat governor or mayor, you are sitting there going, I hope one of these precious sanctuary sitting illegal immigrants don't do something crazy while I'm on TV telling everybody, I wish Trump would come up here. I refuse to let them come up here and bust up our happy home and mess with our... I'm going, yeah, I want these people to remember that if something crazy goes on, while you're sitting there going, I'm going to protect them.
Haley's plan for working with the incoming Trump administration on the issue of undocumented migrants is unclear. Trump and his incoming border czar, Tom Homan, have said that their number one goal is deporting violent migrant criminals first.
California Governor Gavin Newsom.
Oh, but then look at this one. He's a holdout, guys. He's like, I got the most craziest liberal state in the country, so they're dumb enough to stick with me, unless it gets so unbearable where they vomit me up. Now, you know it got to get real bad in California for them to start going, all right, that's it. And they are kind of shifting. But this guy right here, who had a recall and somehow still ended up getting back in power and got a dookie map out there, is talking about we're going to Trump-proof the city. So let's see what his plan is to resist the hammer.
Wasting no time, reportedly drawing up plans to help illegal migrants dodge deportation when President-elect Trump takes office. According to an internal memo obtained by Politico, Newsom is planning an immigrant support network to connect at-risk individuals, their families, and communities with legal services, schools, labor unions, local governments, etc.
Somebody got to get made an example of. And it's either going to be, my gut feeling is it's going to either be Mayor Conehead or Gavin the Nuisance. Somebody's going to get an example made out of him. So here he is proposing to spend more resources on Trump-proofing these illegal immigrants.
Ron Vitello served as Border Patrol chief during President Trump's first term. He's also been the acting director of ICE as well as a deputy commissioner of CBP. Ron, hope you had a fantastic Christmas. California is really trying to get out there, according to Gavin Newsom, in pushing back on the effort to finally get the border chaos under control.
Yeah, what does he think about it?
This is destructive leadership shown by Gavin Newsom in California. We just had an election on November 5th. People voted for secure borders, safe streets, and knowing that the president was going to initiate a deportation effort, not just because he wants to, but because we just had about 12 million people enter the country and being encountered by CBP crossing the border illegally.
Yeah, dummy, nuisance, or this guy right here. He don't care what the people voted for, though. You think nuisance care what the people voted for? I don't give a darn. It's California, baby. Yeah, I can get up pretty much, say and do whatever I want, and people will still vote for me. Now, it's sad to say that, but California got to get it together, okay? Yeah, California got to get it together. We got folks out there with some sense, but unfortunately, you're outnumbered by the crazies. Outnumbered by the crazies. So, Gavin Newsom is like, I'm going to hold down the fort. Ain't nobody coming to take my precious illegal immigrants away from me.
Something must be done about what just happened over this last 4 years. And now he wants to use the state's funds and the state infrastructure to flout federal law. This is a state that has some of the highest income taxes in the country, some of the highest sales tax in the country, and some of the highest crime.
And see, this is how you break a liberal society. This is how you shock them out of that craziness. Look at all the compound issues. You got high taxes, you got high crime, you got all of this chaos going, homelessness, drugs. It gotta sometimes get to the point where it just takes one more thing to push the people over the edge. Now, I don't know if California's there yet or not, but they are working hard. Now, y'all just saw my show from last night showing how these folks are just running into businesses with cars and stealing stuff, taking off. Cops not even coming. California is in complete chaos. And yet this dude wants to continue the chaos. In fact, he wants to spend money to go ahead and support more chaos on top of all of that. So at what point do people either say, that's enough, we're voting every single one of you nasty, stinking Democrats out, or that's enough, we're about to all migrate inland without bringing the California mentality with us. See, remember, guys, if you flee California, don't bring the California mentality with you. Now, we don't want you to bring that. Let's continue.
$68 billion deficit, billion with a B. And so he's going to use taxpayer resources to protect who exactly? People who are in the country illegally, who broke the law to be there, and have also broken the law in the jurisdictions in which they live in California.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he's going to do. But guess what? He's not going to be able to do that with federal funds. And this is how I think the Trump administration is going to put the pressure on some of these holdout governors and mayors. And so they were all hoping maybe for some relief after the election. They were hoping, man, if Chameleon win, we'll continue getting federal funds. But when the money will dry up and you have to use nothing but just state resources, that's something that could shock folks out of the spell. When you start going, oh, wait a minute, I didn't feel it as much when y'all were using federal funds, but now, you know, state funds, and they talking about our police ain't gonna get extra this or that, and we ain't gonna be. Why are we doing this? Who are we protecting? So what y'all done brought us in as the resistance? No, we never signed up for this. We just said, hey, excuse me, they got immigrants in here. Hey man, let these folks go. Let these folks go. All right. So now, guys, not only are these stupid Democrats trying to hold out when it comes down to their precious illegal immigrants, but I think we might just have us an insurrection on our hands. Yeah, man. Now, we've been hearing about insurrections now for years, at least 3.5, ever since that day. Yeah, they've been talking about insurrection. See, they built that into our psyche. They done made that a fixture in our vocabulary now. They got the talking point. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to pin an insurrection on Trump. Now, I know most people don't even know what an insurrection is, but let's go ahead and start using it every single time we refer to Trump and January 6th and talk about how he doesn't respect the rule of law and the peaceful transfer of power, and he's breaking down our norms and stuff like that. But now look what they're doing. Their back is up against the wall and they're reverting back to what they do best. Insurrection. Insurrections. Check it out, y'all. They're suggesting an insurrection.
Congress has the power to block Trump from.
Congress has the power to block Trump. Now, why would they do that? I thought we got the power. We got the power. And the people have spoken. That's democracy, right? That's democracy. And the Democrats are here to protect democracy. So why is somebody writing in an op-ed and suggesting that Congress got the power and should go ahead and perhaps maybe not certify the election? Why would you do that after bombarding us over the head for 3 years talking about insurrection? He tried to overthrow the. So now let's hear where they're going with this. Once again, they're dusting this off.
Taking office, but lawmakers must act now. We've heard from Rep. Jamie Raskin.
You see Raskin? You see Raskin with that wet poodle sitting on top of his head? Yeah, the poodle is wet now. Yeah, it used to be curly when it was dry, but now it's wet and slicked down on his head. Looked like a cow licked his head. But here's the number one insurrectionist right here suggesting an insurrection.
Threatening to stop Trump from taking office for quite some time now.
We've been saying all along that Section 3 of the 14th Amendment presents a clear and unequivocal statement that anyone who has sworn an oath of office, who engage in insurrection or rebellion, having sworn an oath to uphold the Constitution.
Now, I'm going to tell you right now, this is exactly why Kash Patel and Bondi and whoever else, we have to expose this whole lie about that being an insurrection. I mean, the Republicans have not pushed back hard enough to expose the lie of the insurrection. See, we allow them to just use that label and description every single day, throw it on Trump. And if we don't expose this crap to be a hoax, they will use this for the rest of eternity. They will always say this is a stain on Trump's presidency because he's an insurrectionist. So now they need to come out and, first of all, educate the public on what an insurrection is. Okay, bring some common sense. So some folks that really ain't enlightened about this will go, that don't sound like an insurrection at all. I think they're just throwing that label out there on Trump for political reasons. But it also destroys their, I guess, leverage or approach to try to say because he committed this insurrection, then that gives us leverage to not certify the election. Whereas you got to stop them in their tracks when they start talking about an insurrection. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What are you talking about insurrection? That was not an insurrection. Let's start there. You know, it wasn't an insurrection. Nobody was charged with insurrection. Trump's not been accused or charged of an insurrection. It doesn't resemble or fit the description of an insurrection. So stop using that before we sue you, okay? Or something. You can't keep going out to say Trump inspired an insurrection. It's a lie. And they just let them keep using this lie without any type of consequences. Now they're going to try to use this lie to justify why, well, possibly we could not certify the election because he's an insurrectionist.
Against enemies, foreign and domestic, can never serve again in federal or state office.
And I want them to not only disprove the insurrection lie, but expose people like him who helped coordinate this crap, who supported this crap. Yeah, see, that's what really needs to happen. It has to have the whole script flipped. Not only to show, hey, first of all, it wasn't insurrection. Number two, it was an inside job coordinated by the deep state, coordinated by these Democrats, and supported by the fake news. Y'all want to get to the bottom of J6? There they are. Line them up. Line them all up and say, these are the people who coordinated that, encouraged it, inspired it, promoted it, all of that, and tried to blame it on Trump. That's what needs to happen so they can blow that narrative to hell. I don't want to be hearing about this every year. Today is January 6th reunion, annual that we want to go ahead and light a candle for all of the... Light a candle for Ashley Babbitt. That's the only person who was a real victim on J6. So these idiots right here have been pushing this garbage. The media supports it, and nobody checks them.
Donald Trump is disqualified.
So it's going to be up to us on January 6th, 2025 to tell the rampaging Trump mobs that he's disqualified.
Why I oughta. So now this rat right here, rat skin, has been running around suggesting this at the cost of possibly civil war. Now this was said before the landslide beating. They got their butts beat so bad this time. They're going to have a real hard time coming out talking about, well, it was close, it might have been stolen, and, the people have spoken, they don't want Trump. Yeah, they're going to really expose who the real insurrectionists are if they try to go through with this. And they got some people trying to, light the fire, throw the suggestion out there in the public and see if it, catches fire. See if people start going, yeah, that's right, I think y'all should do that. And if they feel they got enough support by the public, you don't think these fools will try to do something like that? Not certify the election? They would sit back and overlook all the hypocrisy. They wouldn't care about none of that. Because they would use the media to come all of the hypocrisy because they've been swearing up down. Trump is not going to honor the results of the election. But they would have the media come out there and say, well, it's different. It's different because Trump's a real insurrectionist. And we can't have an insurrectionist running our country. So here's Ratskin suggesting that they don't certify the election. Sounds like an insurrectionist to me.
And then we need bodyguards for everybody in civil war conditions.
Yeah, just because he don't want to certify the election.
Civil war, no big deal. I wouldn't worry too much about this. The Raving Lunatic Club tried to stop Trump in 2016.
I believe right now that there are electors. They only need 38 of them who have a conscience or who are worried about a man who won't attend the day.
Well, wait a minute, that sounds like an insurrection. That sounds like exactly what Fat Fanny tried to say Trump is guilty for racketeering. He's the head of a criminal cabal. Now, here's all of them in 2016. I have to remind them, whoever this guy is, he put these clips together. We have to remind them that they're the original insurrectionists. They're the OGs of insurrection. Yeah. So here's this beach whale on TV somehow. They done lubed him up, threw some water on his back, drug him into the studio, and allowed him to go ahead and vomit up his insurrectionist talk.
Elite security briefings, who we now know Russia was trying to help get elected.
See? Now, that's fake news. That's spreading dis and misinformation. Now, imagine if they wouldn't have certified the election, only to find out Russia had nothing to do with it. Yeah, see, they still haven't come out and apologized to us about the Russia collusion lie. I want my apology. We was right after all. I want my channel to be boosted up. I want my channel to be boosted up to be real news. Because, see, I got all that stuff right. COVID, the Russia collusion, the laptop. I was 100 across the board. But I guess, that's the reason why. They're like, So now, here's this guy talking about Russia collusion. And that's why they now we all found out who really was behind it. Hillary Clinton, FBI, CIA, Democrats, all of that. Okay.
I mean, can you imagine if you or I had been running for office and they showed that the Iranians were somehow involved in helping you or me get elected?
Now, I wonder if these people ever reflect on how damaging what they were saying was and is. See, now this guy right here, he's not a politician. He's an activist, and he probably really believed that crap. I wonder if he stopped for a second to get mad after he found out Hillary Clinton paid for that. I wonder if he reflects like, maybe I shouldn't open my pie hole, my blowhole without getting all the details. I pushed this lie for these people. Now, what if it would have caught on? What if they would have went ahead and said, you know what, that we're not going to certify because obviously the Russians put this man in. This guy would have helped that happen to subvert democracy, as they all say. So let's finish hearing some other ones who were dumb enough to go ahead and suggest an insurrection.
What would happen to you or me?
That's embarrassing, but nothing was as bad as these nitwit celebrities who came together in this video to beg those electors to stop Trump.
Look at all these famous insurrectionists. Oh, so you got to be kidding me. These are the original insurrectionists. Let's hear them, and they wonder why we don't listen to them anymore. So here we go.
Republican members of the Electoral College, this message is for you.
Okay.
As you know, our founding fathers built the Electoral College to safeguard the American people from the dangers of a demagogue.
Yeah, put the soft music under. You know what I'm saying? We're supposed to be wooed by the spell of all of their famousness. That's right. Yes, I must listen to these people because they're washed up actors and actresses.
And to ensure that the presidency only goes to someone who is to an eminent degree endowed with the requisite qualifications.
That's Trump.
An eminent degree. Someone who is highly qualified for the job.
Like this? Like Sleepy Joe? There you go. Peace. You see Joe? He done checked out. He like, deuces. Yeah, I'm gone for the day. I'm checked out. If you lift his eyelids up, it'll be out to lunch like in the cartoons. So, yeah, that guy right there, he's qualified. The guy who they lied about for 4 years. And to this day, we have no idea all of those choices that were made, who made them. All of these pardons, who knows who's doing it? We don't know.
The Electoral College was created specifically to prevent an unfit candidate from becoming president.
There are 538 members of the Electoral College. You and just 36 other conscientious Republican electors can make a difference.
By voting your conscience on December 19th.
Basically an insurrection. Y'all hear them? See? Yeah, they all were suggesting an insurrection. Now, can you imagine if they try to pull this crap, coming up in January? Man. But like I said, guys, they're desperate. Their back is up against the wall. Everything is about to crumble. Their party is in disarray. Yeah, it's not cool to be a Democrat. Now, if they still try to pull this bullshit, boy, I tell you, once we get past that little hump, stick it to them. Yeah, fire everything, Trump. Fire everything. Let's continue.
And thereby shaping the future of our nation.
Yeah.
I'm not asking you to vote for Hillary Clinton.
Who is she?
I'm not asking you to vote for Hillary Clinton.
Never seen that guy.
I'm not asking you to vote for
Don't know who he is.
As you know, the Constitution gives electors the right to vote for any eligible person.
Oh, just like that. They're just going to come in and say, forget what the people want. Now, that's Democrat policies right there. That right there is the mentality of the left. See, they did it. They did it with Creepy Sleepy. They did it with Creepy Sleepy. Yeah, twice. Once was to help him win the nominee, and then the second one was to get him out of there. They wouldn't let RFK and all of them. It's like, man, we ain't having no competition for Creepy, man. Y'all can't run against him, okay? Then secondly, now that he's blew out, thanks for all the votes for him, but we're going to go ahead and transfer those votes over to somebody who didn't earn one of them. So that's the style of the left right there, man. And they're up here talking about that they can vote their conscience, not the will of the people. Not the will of the people.
Any eligible person, no matter which party they belong to.
But it should certainly be someone you consider especially competent.
Like Trump?
Especially competent.
Oh. Well, I know one person who ain't competent. You're a plastic surgeon. Jeez, oh man. Who put those big balloons right there on your face and you're calling them lips? Good grief. It's that moment where you just say, let me grow old gracefully. But not her. She's fighting it, man. Now it look like her whole face hurt. Let's continue.
What is that?
Oh,
I'll tell you what, I am shocked that this heartfelt plea from celebrities did not work. Yeah. Believe it or not, some of them actually did try.
Given the confirmed and illegal activities engaged by the government of Russia.
The illegal activities engaged by the government of Russia. Pushing lies, propaganda, dis and misinformation. Up there in Congress trying to stop the election by pushing a full-blown lie. Pootie over there going, I don't know what they're talking about. What do we help? I didn't. Man, everybody, I've been hearing stuff on the news about me being involved in helping Trump get elected.
Designed to interfere with our election and the widespread violations of the Voting Rights Act that unlawfully suppressed thousands of votes in the state of Oklahoma.
The original insurrectionist.
Is the objection in writing and signed not only by the member of the House of Representatives, but also by a senator?
Now look at that. That was when Joe still had some scruples. He was at least able to read, y'all.
President, the objection is in writing, signed by a member of the House of Representatives, but not yet by a member of the United States.
And then what you there for? Y'all coming in not prepared. Yeah, didn't sign your name on the homework, handing it in. Whose paper is this? Oh, I ain't got that. Be prepared before you get up there and talk about, I don't want to certify this election because So now you're giving all the wolf tickets and the pomp and circumstance, and at the end of the day, you ain't even prepared.
In that case, the objection cannot be entertained.
I have an objection.
There's the original poodle. That's back when the poodle was young and frisky. Yeah, man. Sitting on top of that head wagon. All right, though. So that's one of the original OGs when it comes down to the elections. The one guy who just said they shouldn't certify the election and get ready for civil war.
Because 10 of the 29 electoral votes cast by Florida were cast by electors not lawfully certified.
Well, not lawfully certified. Once again, sounds like Trump. They're trying to get Trump out of there for the same stuff they're all guilty of.
Objection is signed by a member of the House, but not yet by a member of the Senate.
Then why you up here talking?
Over.
Funniest thing Joe ever said.
I object on the massive voter suppression.
Donut on the back of the head. Oh, there she is with a Cinnabon sitting on the back of her head. She's now gone on to glory. I wonder if she's somewhere still trying to put those glasses on to see the dang on light. And remember, she was out there trying to see the eclipse and couldn't get the glasses on for like 45 minutes. All right, so anyway, here's Sheila Jackson. I've held that AR-17 and it was heavy as 100 boxes. And that bullet it shoots, that 50 caliber bullet, this chick.
Debate is not in order. Debate is not in order.
Ballots that were provisional that denied
all
individuals access to polling
places. Will suspend.
Where's Jackson?
Is it signed by a United States Senator?
Not yet.
Well,
not yet.
In that case, the objection cannot be entertained. We'll proceed with the count.
Yeah, drop the hammer. Finally, Joe. Yeah, keep dropping that hammer on all these insurrectionists. But wait a minute, we got a special one coming.
I do not wish to debate.
Y'all know that voice. I do not wish to debate. Y'all know whose voice that is. It is Mad Max. They let me off the leash. They've opened the cage, and here I am, running around trying to bite everyone. So now let's hear Mad Max.
I wish to ask, is there one United States Senator who will join me in this letter
There
of
is no debate. There is no debate. The gentlewoman will suspend.
The ugly woman.
Glenn, this is a question I've gotten more than any other question as of late, so I wanted to discuss it with you.
Okay.
As we head toward Trump's second swearing in, the question I'm getting is, could whoever swears in Trump be in violation of their oath of office by violating the Constitution?
Yes, by not swearing him in. See, this is the fuel that they want to go ahead and ignite They want propagandists like this out there making the suggestion. Just throwing the question out there, trying to get a buzz. Yeah, hopefully folks will demand it. Maybe we can get it moving. All of these folks, right, suggesting an insurrection. But I guarantee you for the last 3 or 4 years, this dude probably has been talking about Trump's an insurrectionist. He should be charged for insurrection. So let's finish hearing him.
In that they will be swearing in somebody who is an avowed insurrectionist, somebody who is an adjudicated insurrectionist.
He needs to get sued. He needs to get sued, man. Defamation. Trump is not an adjudicated insurrectionist. Just because some activist judge decides, well, we can't really accuse him of being an insurrection, but I'm going to write an op-ed for the Democrats to have a narrative. Based on my personal opinion, I think he did commit an insurrection. But here they out here, all talking about he's adjudicated insurrectionist. See, start dropping the hammer on him. I would start sending subpoenas.
And the Constitution clearly states that nobody who has engaged in insurrection or given aid or comfort to those who've engaged in insurrection can take the oath of office. And so,
first of all, the 14th Amendment, Section 3 says anybody who takes an oath of allegiance to the Constitution, support and defend the Constitution of the United States. Donald Trump did as president, who thereafter engages in insurrection or...
See, that's why this narrative got to be destroyed, y'all. They need to go ahead and unleash me. I will go and find every one of those people that was planted in that crowd, drag them out in front of everybody on a public square, and be like, confess to everybody your role that you played in this. Go ahead. Go ahead. We'll drop all the charges if you spill the beans on who put y'all up to this mess. At this Nancy Pelosi. I would drag that big, green-mouthed, fake-behind cop up there. They called me bad names, stuff. I was so Eric Estrada. I would bring in Bigfoot. Well, they told me to go into the Capitol. I said I didn't want to go. I didn't want to go, but they told me to go in. I said I'll do it. I'll do it. I might go to jail for it, but I'll do it. I would bring Bigfoot up there and I'd be like, yeah, we about to press charges on all of y'all. Unless y'all tell us the role y'all played and who put you up to it. I want to go ahead and talk to all of these so-called, what do you call assets that was in the crowd and ask them, what were y'all doing there on your day off? Why did y'all all choose to just show up there? Start exposing all of the moving parts, the people who played a part in encouraging this. Yeah, that's what needs to happen because this narrative needs to be destroyed. They keep slandering Trump, talking about that. That's right. He did that. He did that. No, he didn't.
Or gives aid and comfort to an insurrection or insurrectionists is disqualified. May not hold office, federal, state, or local, period, unless Congress votes. And the House would have to vote to remove the disability, to restore someone's eligibility to hold office by two-thirds vote. And the Senate would have to vote to remove the disability by a two-thirds vote.
And so they really want this to happen. See, they're cruising for a bruising right about now, but this is their last-ditch effort. They're up here trying to bring this mess back, dust it off. Supreme Court has spoken. Now they're trying to get him off the ballot. Fannie Willis, her stuff fell through. Jack Smith fell through. But yet somebody done put somebody up to it to start surfacing, floating it out there. Just floating it out there. By just re-emphasizing Trump's an insurrectionist. He committed it. He did commit it. He did commit it. This right here is the real insurrection attempt. All of the people who helped coordinate J6, they're all a part of the real insurrection. See, that's why I say, send me in there. Yeah, I've been doing enough research and following this crap long enough to where I bet you I'll expose them within about 48 hours.
So this thought experiment leads to the logical conclusion, Brian, and I'm basing it on the express language of the 14th Amendment, that if somebody engaged in insurrection and after taking an oath to support and defend the Constitution, and Congress has not voted to remove that disqualification, that person cannot be sworn in. The Constitution says that.
I wish they would try this. I wish they would try this. You see, let me take my glasses off so you can see the eyes. You see that right now? If they did that, the crazy eye. Yeah, you'd be like, Kev's not well right now. No, I'm cool. Y'all be going, I think Kev he done snapped. It'd be the crazy laugh. No, what was wrong? I'm good. I think Kez lost it. Everybody, let's get out of here. So I wish they would try this mess, but I don't put anything past the Democrats.
That's not me saying it. So it would naturally flow from that the person swearing in the insurrectionist is engaged in at least
in insurrection. Yeah. All of these people who would participate in that stupidity would all be participating in an insurrection.
An act contrary to the Constitution.
Oh no. See, and this is what they want. They want people like this on TikTok that got a little bit of hope. Now, they've been setting all of these people up for failure for 4 years, promising them all kind of stuff. They, matter of fact, make it 8. See, Trump's the Russian agent, just trust us. When we finish with this investigation, then Trump's going to get impeached for this. Trump's going to get impeached again for this. And Trump's going to get charged for this. These people always jump on TikTok, online. Oh, look at this, y'all. Trump's going down. Now, haven't they been watching the Roadrunner and the Coyote yet? Aren't they sick of being let down? Aren't they sick of the Democrats throwing out these narratives and giving them a little bit of hope to stop Orange Man bad? And yet they get out there on TikTok and set themselves up.
Oh no. We. Congress does have that power. They do have the power to block him from taking office January the 20th, 2025. So all of that talk that the Orange Man and Melania is talking about, guess what?
What?
Congress could stop it all, y'all.
And I wish they would. I wish they would.
They could stop it all. It could all come to a halt. Based on the 14th Amendment of the Constitution.
Wishful thinking.
This is going to be interesting to see, but will they? Will Congress prevent Trump from taking office?
No. I think the Democrats are crazy, but I don't think they're that crazy, especially considering the beatdown that they took this election. I think the beatdown was too bad for them to try to pull one more last crazy stunt. This would be the biggest and the most boldest, craziest stunt they've ever pulled if they try this. And they didn't pull some big ones, y'all. I mean, think about all of the stuff Trump's been through. But now all of a sudden you get this overwhelming victory and they would have the audacity to deny all of these people. Now, you want to talk about the final dagger in their party? That would do it. That would be the final dagger in their party. And I might request to be able to stick it in them. I like to go ahead and be the dagger sticker, please. That this one's not big enough. I want a big one. I can't even wrap both hands around it. Stick a dagger in that party. So now they're giving this guy false hope.
Spare us, please.
Spare us you for what?
So Congress has the power.
This the final guy.
To stop Trump.
Now you see this guy? He's talking about now. Congress has the power to stop Trump. Well, let me ask you this: do Congress have the power to give you a tooth? Yeah, this dude's missing a bottom tooth. How do you miss a front bottom tooth right there? Look at this.
From taking office in Jan.
It's right there. It's right there. You can see it. I'm sure every morning this guy gets up and he goes to brush his teeth and say, "Hey, one's missing. One's missing right in the front." I mean, the ones in the back is less, obvious. But you got one missing right there. So how about you worry about that bottom tooth getting replaced instead of them replacing Trump with somebody?
Anyway, welcome to Constitutional Crisis Theater, folks. Spoiler alert, the Constitution's been screaming no at Donald Trump louder than Mike Pence when he heard hang Mike Pence. Here's the deal. Section 3 of the 14th Amendment says plain as day.
See? Plain as day. Now you hear, this is what the left has done now. They done created a whole bunch of street lawyers. Now all of these guys are constitutional scholars. It says plain as day. Plain as day.
Anybody that participated in an insurrection and who swore an oath to uphold the Constitution is barred for running for office. That's it. Done and done. That's it. No presidency, no office, not even a chance to run for PTA. And Trump, he's hit the trifecta. What did Trump do? He literally told his vice president to throw out votes. And when Pence refused, he sent an angry mob after him like it was Black Friday at Walmart.
See the lies? You see, this is where they want all of their voters and people in society to get to. This guy is so misinformed and he think he's out there dropping knowledge. That's plain as day. Plain as day, right there. Trump told Mike Pence to not certify, and then he sent this angry mob over there to do what? Let your voices peacefully be heard? There you go. What was the plan after they arrived? I mean, he did realize that none of them was armed, and all they had was MAGA hats and cell phones, right? What was the secondary plan after the so-called insurrection would have occurred? Yeah, once you secure the Capitol, then what? Then what? Oh, you just wing it? See, that's what it was about? See, these are the idiots who don't stop and think about what they're saying. And that's why I say they really need to do a better job exposing how crazy this narrative is that Trump inspired an insurrection. And it's not a hard thing to destroy. Number one, Trump was still the president when this so-called insurrection took place. Why use all of these folks with no weapons when he could have used the military? Did he launch an insurrection against himself? Number two, why would he offer all of those troops that Bowser and Nasty Pelosi turned down? That's counterproductive. Doesn't sound like something insurrectionists would do. Number three, a traditional insurrection usually is done with people that have weapons and stuff and also have the means and resources that after they overthrow the government to sustain it. Yeah, but those people with the MAGA hats and stuff, they didn't have any of that stuff. Number four, Trump told them to go over there and peacefully let your voices be heard. Doesn't sound very insurrectionist to me. I could go on and on to the break of dawn destroying this. For some reason, you know, this narrative is still flowing out there. This guy with the pink shirt here thinks he knows something.
That's not leadership by any means.
It's not leadership by any means. Okay, I bet you your tooth feel that way too. How you gonna let me go missing and not replace me? Dang on it. I know his mouth is like, what? Don't be talking about leadership. We're down here toothless. So go get us a tooth before you start talking reckless. But I got a message for this guy right here who's out here spreading dis and misinformation.
It's criminal cosplay. But wait, there's more.
Oh boy.
People are saying that Congress can enforce the 14th unless there's additional legislation. The argument is dicta. That's lawyer speak for there's completely irrelevant nonsense.
Well, you got us there. I guess Trump's not going to be inaugurated, guys. Cancel your plans if you're going to D.C. On the 20th. I guess we're not going to be able to swear Trump in because he's an insurrectionist and the Democrats aren't going to certify it. Now, we're probably about to see a show on January 5th. Boy, after 6th, rather. I think it's January 6th. It's the 6th when they all come in and certify. We're going to see a show. I want to sit back. I'm going to get me some popcorn. And I want to see all of these Democrats come in here and reveal how much of a hypocrite they are. Because, you know, they're going to have the dedicated group of Democrats who are going to get up there and say, we should certify this for all the dumbest reasons that you can ever come up with. See, but it's going to be a sight to see.
You know what the argument is? Dicta. That's lawyer speak for something completely irrelevant.
Well, yeah. Well, I got some speech for you.
Congress can act. And the Electoral Count Act backs it up. We've got a whole system for tossing out votes that aren't regularly given, which is...
Well, I want to know who tossed out that tooth. That's what I want to know. Okay? I'm telling you, I can't stay focused. That bottom tooth is bothering me. Replace it.
There's more lawyer speak for this guy is just unqualified.
He's unqualified.
And also, what the
he's unqualified. Do you hear this guy? But what qualifies this bum on the internet right here on TikTok to go ahead and break down the Constitution and say that Trump should be this, that? I know lawyer speak and all of this stuff and this and that. You can't be a lawyer with a missing tooth. Last I checked, I'm pretty sure you make a little bit of money to replace that tooth or something. But he's on here pontificating the law for us and then just going to conclude that Trump's not qualified. But Creepy Sleepy is. Creepy Sleepy, the sleeper, he's qualified.
What the hell were you thinking? Bottom line, the Constitution says Trump's out.
Oh.
He's been disqualified 6 ways from Sunday.
Really?
And if Congress does their job for once, we might just
I got news for you.
Years of this chaos. Your move, America. Mic drop.
Inevitable. Yeah.
You tell him I'm coming!
Toothless.
And hell's coming with me, you hear? Hell's coming with me!
Go on, Trump. They can try to stop it all they want, but he's coming.
Can you dig it?
I can dig it.
Can you dig it?
Can you dig it? Yeah, man. So there you have it, guys. They're going to try, but it's inevitable. I mean, we didn't come this far, you know. I don't believe he brought me this far to leave me. So yeah, all of their whining, all of them trying to get some traction with this whole let's go ahead and try to not certify the election. It's going to fall through like everything else. If that supersonic bullet didn't make it, if that bullet right there didn't take care of it, surely these idiots running around talking about that, I think the 14th Amendment, that means this and that, and we shouldn't certify it. That's not going to happen. So, but it doesn't stop them from trying. That's for sure. But all it does is reveals who the real fascists are, or who the real dictators are, who the real insurrectionists are. And I love it. That's why I expose it every time on my show. I enjoy it. So God bless y'all. God bless America. I hope y'all have yourselves a wonderful weekend. I don't know what y'all got planned, but whatever it is, you know, enjoy yourself. We got the New Year's coming up, so we'll probably do something special for New Year's. Maybe a recap of some of the funniest moments and all of that stuff. Somebody said should do it in your live show something. Oh man, it disappeared. But I'll go back and read all the notes later. Now, if you guys want to support the channel through checking out Kevin's Corner store, you can, or simply through my Cash App and my PayPal. I definitely appreciate all of that support. You know, it's never too late. It's never too late. Somebody said, great show. You're hysterical. Thank you very much about that tooth. Yeah, I couldn't lay off of it, man. You don't get on TV, man, with a missing tooth. There's some things you got to check before you go live. Talking about I'm about to be on TV, because you'll get this. People get distracted. Yeah, you come talking about something. Let me tell you about Trump. And you got a missing tooth? That's all I see. I'm like, what is he talking about again? I'm still focused on that missing tooth. And start finding my finger going towards the screen. Like, is that? Can I touch that? Can my finger fit between there? That's a pretty big gap in there. Will you stay focused? Oh, I'm sorry. Now, what were you saying as you whistled through that tooth that's missing? So anyway, I can go all day on someone stupid enough to get on there with a missing tooth. But I won't. I'm going to end the show. And maybe get some salsa dancing in tonight. And please, guys, don't forget, subscribe. Make sure you're still subscribed. Make sure your notification button is turned on to all. Yeah, and I think that might be it. Other than that, I think we can get out of here. The number on the screen, text MAGA to it. Other than that, let's get out of here. It says, roll, Trump, roll. Oh, he going to keep rolling. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Bum, 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 bum. What? Yeah. God bless. Take care.